Morning, guys. Sorry I couldn't be there with you today to start this new activity, but I think I have that same stomach virus some of you guys had. Today, you'll start with a KWL chart, and I know most of you don't love these things. However, I think it will really help you. We're actually starting the fourth quarter's unit today, Conflict and Compromise in America. This is the final major unit we'll talk about. As you can see, we're heading towards the Civil War. Eventually, we'll get there, but before we need to start with some of the major issues. What you'll be doing today is first watching this little video that talks about the new unit and this week's assignment. Before you leave, I hope you understand what the assignment's all about and what you'll be learning this quarter. Then, you'll have time to work in collaborative groups. Your groups will be working together to create a Common Craft video. Before you leave, my goal is for you to have your KWL sheet filled out and ready to go. When we talk about conflict and compromise in America, we're talking about the arguments that divided our nation in the middle of the 1800s. We'll start with the first module, 4.1, called Slavery as America. You've been reading about slavery in Nightjohn, and you've learned a little bit about it already in language arts. This week will provide you an opportunity to tell me what you already know and learn a little bit more. Then, when we come back, we'll look at reform in America in Module 2. Reform movements are movements for change. You'll see a picture over here of the Second Great Awakening. This is a religious revival movement where many people decided they needed to do better things and help people. So we have a number of reform or change movements for change in America to try and make people's lives better. Finally, we'll start looking at conflict and compromise that divided our nation in terms of the political scene. Down here you see an event that became known as Bleeding Kansas. We'll look at the laws that were passed in the compromises and how we ended up fighting the Civil War, which is our last module for this unit. This week, you'll be working on 4.1a, the human experience of slavery. If you look, I have my D2L page here. Now yours looks a little different because it doesn't have all the stuff I have. But this is what 4.1a looks like. Obviously, the video that I'm recording right now isn't here yet. But what you'll be doing is creating a Common Craft type video in collaborative groups. Today we'll introduce the project, brainstorm some ideas, and begin planning. Tuesday will be your day to research and write your script. Wednesday you'll complete it, and then Thursday you'll practice and film. This assignment is meant to help you draw connections between what you're doing in language arts with Nightjohn and what we'll be doing here in social studies. Additionally, the best video from each class period will be used on my social studies D2L page to help teach your fellow classmates about this topic. Your goal is to create and film a 1 to 3 minute Common Craft type video that answers the following driving questions. What was life like for the millions of people that were slaves in our country? So this entire week is geared towards you describing the human experience of slavery. If you look down, there's a number of different things here for you. First is the Dropbox where you put your final video submission. Don't worry about that until I come back. Second, there's a group planning form. Again, don't worry about that until I come back. These three down here are things that might help you today. This is a Common Craft video example. I'll take you to a YouTube video. The video is made by a group of students in Missouri. It's from a teacher named Eric Langhorst. It's where I kind of got this idea. I think this is a good video. However, I think you can do better. This other one, if you want to know how to create a Common Craft video, we'll watch tomorrow in class, but you can take a look at it now. The first 3 to 4 minutes talk about the 5 steps and give you tips on how to create a Common Craft video. Finally, questions for me. If you have any questions today while I'm away, you can check this. You can write them there, and then I'll check back later. I suggest you start with this Common Craft video example so you have an idea of what it is. Bottom line, you're going to create a video that answers a big question, your driving question, in simple terms with simple images. Alright, so let's look at what exactly you're supposed to do today. You'll be working with students at your table for this assignment. The first thing I'd like you to do is complete the K column of the chart, the KWL chart you picked out on your own. Tell me what all you know about slavery, whether it's things you learned in Mrs. Frank's class, things you've read or inferred from Nightjohn, or anything else. Then, as a group, come up with the W column. What do you think you need to know in order to answer your driving question? In order to fully describe what life was like for those slaves, what other information do you need? Finally, you will be researching today or tomorrow. And what I'm going to ask you to do is keep track of your research in the L column. However, today, before you leave, you can at least write down what questions or topics you'll be searching for or looking for in order to help you research. Don't forget to let me know if you need help finding resources of information. I'll be happy to help. Good luck. Your job today is to fill out your KWL chart and then to get work on finding sources. Finally, before you leave, you'll get a half sheet of paper. You don't need to put your name on this. However, I want to get your feedback on this assignment. You'll need to fill out one of these sentences. It says, I'm excited about this assignment because, dot, dot, dot. You tell me why you're excited. Or, you're confused because, tell me something's confusing you. Or finally, I'm worried about this assignment because, and you tell me something that's worrying you. I'm hoping that I can help allay your fears and take care of anything that you're not sure about. Again, good luck, have fun, and get to work.